Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. Okay, I've kind of had a day to kind of, digest this. I really did not want to make this video yesterday. Still kind of don't want to make it, but it is what it is. I really hate how this happened for Cain Velasquez. And I understand there's a part of it that's his fault. I mean, you can't just act on pure emotion. But again, I can't really say what he can or can't do because I'm not a father. At least not yet. I don't know what it's like to be in his shoes or what it was like to be in his shoes when his child was, going through what he went through with that other guy. But what makes me mad about this is how it got handled. I understand attempted murder, but again, why he was doing it, Even then, I think 5 years is too long, I don't think he should be in prison. That's just my opinion, you know. Again, I'm not saying it's okay what he did and why he did it, but again, I mean, any father would be tempted, especially at least tempted to do the same, I also think it's messed up how the guy that was supposedly accused of doing what he did to his son is still free right now. Now, apparently he's going to be on trial too in a few months, but still, it is what it is. But I hope Cain's okay. I'm a big fan of his. I've been a fan of his since his early days in the UFC. And obviously that makes sense. I remember my first time watching him, he fought a guy named Czech Congo. Now he's not a guy named Czech Congo. Great fighter. He's got a lot of experience in MMA. And it was a great fight. He ended up taking him to decision. He TKO'd everybody else he beat up until becoming champion when he beat Brock Lesnar. I remember that fight too, by the way. But he should not be in prison. Not for doing what he did. I mean, I hear how the guy's name doesn't deserve to come out of my mouth, Y'all know I'm a big DAP guy. I'm a big follower of DAP. I really support what they do, even though I don't really show it nowadays. But there's no reason why that guy was locked up and then they let him go. They took him in jail and then they let him go the next day and let him be free. I can't stand that, Especially Cain had a good reason to do what he was doing. Now, I saw somewhere where he could actually get out in a year, and that's really good compared to what most people were talking about. Well, he should get life for 30 years, and I think that's just absurd. Thankfully, Cain has never been in trouble up until now. Thankfully, he's made good choices his life, and thankfully, he's actually spent his life becoming a champion, being famous, doing things the right way, unlike some people who, apparently, it is what it is. But I was really mad yesterday. I don't cuss on my channel, I don't do that. I probably would have. I would have if I made this video yesterday when I got off work and I saw where he's been sentenced to 5 years. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. Hopefully, And again, like Joe Rogan said on his podcast, the only problem I have with this whole scenario is instead of him chasing him down with his vehicle while he was driving away and shooting at him, he should have pulled that guy out of his truck and did what he did to Brock Lesnar and Minotaur and O'Gara back in the day. That's what he should have done. But other than that, hey, it's his son, it's his family. A man's top priority, and again, I'm not a father. I can't speak for fathers. But I will say, in my opinion, a man's top priority should be to protect his family. And that's all he was doing. He literally has no history. He's not a gang member. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's just a man making a living for himself and protecting his family. But again, I understand that there has to be something, but I don't think it should have been prison time, given the circumstances. But I did see where he could serve about a year and he'll be okay, because they're counting the time he served in jail. And they're also considering how he didn't have any crime before this that happened. Again, I understand that the man's family involved, apparently he shot his father in the arm and did something else. That's why this looks bad. And I can understand all that, but still, this happened. Again, Cain probably thought, well, you didn't care about my son and my family. Why should I care about yours? But again, I wish Cain would have handled this differently. He could have put his hands on him. This would have been a lot different than what they gave him, But, stay strong, Cain. I'm a big fan of yours.